kung guilty ako, sasabihin ko sa inyo kung guilty yung kumpanya namin. Pero papatunayan ko nga sa inyo na may conspiracy rito. Sino may-ari ng Lucky 8? Ako. Magkaralan nyo may ito. Sino may-ari ng isang kumpanya dyan? The biggest, the longest gaming or gambling lord in the Philippines. Alam niyo na kung sino. 30 years na may dyan. In fact, sinasabi ba niya na hawak niya mga presidente na. Ang alam ko rito, 6 kami na magkakilala rito. Okay, number 1 ako. So, number 2, Gabong Pineda. Number 3, lang ako sa Philippines. Number 4, sigurado yung mga kumpanya nila.
Ito ang latest update sa kaso ng missing sa Bungeros na mahigit 4 na taon na ring pinaghahanap sa pagpapatuloy ng dive operation ng mga divers sa Taal Lake. May mga panibago na namang na-recover na human remains, damit ng tao, bungo, brief at mga buto ng tao. Samantala minamadali na ng Justice Department na mailagay na sa Witness Protection Program ang Patidungan Brothers. Ito'y sa harap ng umaribanta ng kanilang seguridad matapos ilahad ni Patidungan na mayroon umanong umaaligid sa kanya na tila isang kahina-hinalang sasakyan at nang ipinacheck umano niya ang plate number ng nasabing sasakyan. Ito ang naging resulta. Narito ang buong detalye. Ngunit bago tayo magpatuloy, huwag kalimutang i-like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more updates and for more upcoming videos. Maraming salamat! Nasa ligtas na nakalagayan ng whistleblower na si Jolly Dondon Patidungan pati na ang kanyang pamilya. Yan ang tiniyak ni Justice Secretary Boying Remulla matapos ilahad ni Patidungan na mayroon umanong umaaligid sa kanya na tila isang kahina-hinalang sasakyan. Kwento ni Patidungan, ipinacheck umano niya ang plate number ng nasabing sasakyan at hindi raw match ang description ng sasakyan kung saan ito nakarehistro. Ani ni Secretary Remulla, gusto na nilang madaliin ang proseso para agad na maipasok si Dondon Patidungan at ang kanyang kapatid na si Elakim Patidungan sa Witness Protection Program.
Where he is right now, he's being kept safe naman. Pero yun nga, we want to hurry up the process para mapasok natin siya sa Witness Protection. Para may special funding na pwedeng pumasok. Para siya naman ay mabantayan pa ng husto na dedicated talaga sa kanya. Ang trabaho ay siya ang bantayan. O siya at ang kanyang pamilya.
Sa kasalukuyan, under evaluation pa rin ang sinampang complaint ng mga pamilya ng missing sa Bungeros sa tinuturong mastermind na sina bilyonaryo gambling tycoon Charlie Atong Ang, Gretchen Barreto at iba pang miyembro ng umano'y Alpha Group, ilang police officials at ang ilang personalidad na ang ilan ay nasa pwesto pa umano ng gobyerno. Pero inaasahan daw ng ahensya na bago magbiyernes sa susunod na linggo, aakyat na ito sa preliminary investigation at iisyuhan na ng sabina ang mga respondent. Kasabay ng pag-akyat ng reklamo bilang opisyal na kaso, mabilis din daw na maibibigay ang witness protection sa Patidungan Brothers.
Sandali lang yan. Pag na-file yan sa korte, sandali lang yan. It will take a few days only.
Dagdag ni SOJ Remulla, malakas na ang kaso kahit tila mabagal pa rin ang development sa DNA extraction and matching sa mga na-recover na labi ng mga tao sa Taal Lake kung saan itinapon umano ang mga sabungero. Lalo't lumutang na rin ang umano'y missing link na si Elakim Patidungan na siyang personal na nakawitness daw ng mga pagpatay sa 10 sabungero.
Kamusta na po ang inyong kliyente, si Mr. Charlie Atong Ang?
Okay lang po si Mr. Ang. He's resting. He's eagerly awaiting whatever developments there are because of course he's very interested in clearing his name.
Sa ngayon po ang pinagbabasehan ng mga reklamo laban kay Ang, yung pong mga isiniwalat ng whistleblower na si Julie Dondon Patidungan, paano nyo ito kokontrahin or how can Mr. Atong Ang defend himself laban po dito sa mga naging akusasyon ni Dondon?
Ang pinakamadali lang ng depensa ni Mr. Ang ay ang katotohanan. Ang sa totoo lang po, hindi po namin nakikita pa kung ano yung mga kasulatan o kung ano mang ebidensya ang pinananaligan ni Dondon sa kanyang mga pinagsasabi. Sa ngayon po, puro yun lang yung sabi-sabi. Paano ho natin sasagutin ang sabi-sabi kung wala naman nakasalalay na ebidensya na pwede namin eksaminin at pwede namin sagutin?
paano po yung lumalabas na supposed to be? Pati yung kanyang dalawang kapatid, yung pong dalawang kapatid ni Dondon na nakuha nga daw mula sa Cambodia. At ngayon narito na para patotohanan itong mga akusasyon ng kanyang kapatid na si Dondon.
Nakapagtataka po yung pagbabalik ng dalawang kapatid na yan ni Dondon. Ang pinakaklaro lang po dyan ay dalawa yan, silang dalawa ay kapatid ni Dondon. Yung isa po ay may conviction na kaso. Yung isa naman ay aminado na siya ang kumuha dun sa supposedly debit card o ATM card ng isang missing na sabongero. Yan pong dalawa ay, alam niyo po yun, ay napahuli ni General Macapas ng CIDG. Noon pang July 22, mga ibalik sa Pilipinas yan sila. Hindi ho nakasampung araw po na hawak ng Department of Justice at ng bagong CIDG yung dalawa, bago ilinabas sa publiko na hawak na yung dalawang yan. Hindi ho natin alam ko ngayon kung baga ho, kung merong tampering of evidence, meron din ho tampering of witnesses. Unaccounted po ang ilang 10 araw ho ata na kustodiya nung dalawang magkapatid sa kustodiya ng DOJ at ng CIDG.
Papaano ho kaya, attorney, magkakaroon ng tampering of witness gaya po ng inyong sinabi dahil nga nakarating dito, supposed to be sa Pilipinas mula Cambodia, ng July 22 at kamakailan lang lumabas. Ano po yung posibleng pagtatamper ng witness? Ang ibig sabihin ho ba nun ay nandito sila para suportahan si Atong Ang o para kalabanin si Atong Ang?
Ang pagkaalam ko po kasi, yung dalawa ay naaresto ng CIDG nung si General Macapas pa, namumuno ng CIDG. Base sa investigasyon ng CIDG noon, base sa mga testimonya ng mga testigo na nagtuturo o may kaalaman sa pagkakasangkot ng dalawang kapatid ni Julie Patidongan sa operasyon ni Julie Patidongan mismo. Ngayon ho, lumalabas sa salita ni Secretary Remulla, lumalabas na ho ngayon na yung dalawa ay umuwi daw dito para ituro si Atong Ang. Paano naman po nangyari yun? Yung investigasyon ni General Macapas, ipinahuli ang dalawang yan dahil nga may mga testigo na nagpresenta sa CIDG na yung dalawang yan ay may kasangkot doon sa pagkawala ng mga sabongero sa utos ni Julie Patidongan.
So sino po ang kasangkot nitong dalawa na kapatid na sinasabi niyong sa utos ng kanilang kapatid?
Yung alam ko lang po ay yung dalawa ang isinasangkot nung mga nabalitaan ko mga testigo na nagpresenta sa CIDG para sabihin na yung dalawang kapatid ni Julie Patidongan ay kasama niya sa pag-operate ng isang sindikato na ino-operate ni Julie Patidongan.
So ang sinasabi niyo po, attorney, para po I follow, meron pong magkakasama po, yun ang inyong sinasabi, yung magkapatid at si Julie Dondon Patidongan, sila po ang may, sinabi niyo po ba sindikato?
Oo, wala naman ako ibang salitang magagamit kung madidescribe sa kanila.
Okay.
Sila po ay magkakapatid at magkakasama sa krimen.
At ano ang kanilang krimen, attorney?
Well, ang alam ko po dyan, sa usapan noon, meron ho yan silang nung araw, parang robbery gang. No-hold up mga bangko, may no-hold up na mga taxi. Kaya nga ho yung isa, yung Jose Patidongan, yun ay may conviction sa Mandaluyong ata. Tapos yung Eliakim ho, inamin naman niya na inaamin niya na siya ang kumuha ng pera sa ATM na yung ATM na yun ay na-trace na pag-aari ng isang nawawalang sabongero.
Tama po, attorney.
Nung maibalik yan dito, silang dalawa nung July 22, hindi ho isiniwalat sa publiko ang mga pangyayari hanggang mga first week na ng Agosto. May mga 10 araw po yan na hawak yung dalawa ng DOJ at bagong liderato ng CIDG na pinapalit ni Secretary Remulla at ipinatanggal si General Macapas.
Nakausap ko din po si General Macapas, no, attorney.
Sa inyo ko nga po narinig yung sinabi ni General Macapas na accomplishment niya yun na maiuwi yung dalawang Patidongan brothers. Kasama ho yun sa investigasyon na ginagawa ni General Macapas hanggang siya ay palitan.
So, ang mahaba-habang usapan pa po ito dahil sumagot na rin ang PNP hinggil dyan na hindi naman daw siya tinanggal at kusa talagang he asked to be moved to I guess he was moved to RD na po siya ng Region 12. Pero ang importante ho dito, sa naalala ko pong naging panayam ko sa kanya, sa bandang huli ang tinanong ko po, so doon sa lumalabas na resulta ng investigasyon ng CIDG, sino po ang lumalabas na mastermind? Naalala ko po ang kanyang naging sagot ay katulad ng kay Dondon ay si Atong Ang. Yun po ang kanyang sinabi. Kung kayo po ay, kung naaalala niyo po at kung inyong napanood.
Nakita ko yung interview niyo yun, Tinky. Kanya lang, hindi naman ako makakasagot noon. Wala naman ako sa programa noon. Pero ang alam kong pinagbasihan nung ipa-aresto niya yung dalawang magkapatid ay mga testimonya ng ilang testigo na nakuha ng CIDG nung nag-iimbestiga sila nung pagkakasangkot ni Julie Patidongan sa pagkakawala ng mga sabungero. At
dahil hindi ko po kayo nakausap, ay magkakaroon po tayo ng pagkakataon mamaya at 7:30 para po sa mas mahabang usapan hinggil dito.
Allow me siguro to read from a resolution signed by the National Police Commission and Bank. If I may. So there are two resolutions we're talking about. I will read one, which more or less reflects the same contents as of to the other one. Summary dismissal case number CO-2025-004 to 0010 for grave misconduct, 6 counts, and conduct unbecoming of a police officer. Julie A. Patidongan et al., as represented by the Inspection, Monitoring, and Investigation Service, or IMIS, of the National Police Commission as complainants, versus Lieutenant Colonel Ryan J. Eliab Orapa, Police Major Mark Philip Simborio Almedilla, Police Executive Master Sergeant Aaron Ezra Lagahit Cabillan, Police Chief Master Sergeant Arturo Opalia de la Cruz Jr., Police Senior Master Sergeant Joey Natanawan Encarnacion, Police Senior Master Sergeant Mark Anthony Aguilo Manrique, Police Senior Master Sergeant Anderson Orozco Abari, Police Staff Sergeant Alfredo Uy Andes, Police Staff Sergeant Edmond Hernandez Munoz, Police Corporal Angel Joseph Ferro Martin, Police Staff Sergeant Renan Lagrosa Fulgencio. Headquarters Support Service, Camp Crame, Quezon City, Respondents. Resolution. This resolves the motion for preventive suspension filed by complainant Julie A. Patidongan, complainant for brevity, through his counsel, Attorney Joseph Bisia, which was included in the case records received by the Commission on July 29, 2025, against Colonels Orapa, Major Simborio Almedilla, PEMS Cabillan, Police Chief Master Sergeant De La Cruz Jr., Police Senior Master Sergeant Encarnacion, Police Senior Master Sergeant Manrique, Police Senior Master Sergeant Abari, Police Staff Sergeant Andes, Police Staff Sergeant Munoz, Police Corporal Martin, and Police Staff Sergeant Fulgencio, respondents for brevity, who are all assigned at the Headquarters Support Service, Camp Crame, Quezon City. In this case, complainant Patidongan claimed that respondents together with Police Colonel Jacinto Rodriguez Malinaw Jr., who is similarly charged before the commission, are involved in the killing of the relatives of other complainants, otherwise known as the missing Sabongeros. The complainant alleged that respondents participated in these killings and are reportedly involved in illegal activities alongside Charlie Chu Hai Si Ang, aka Atong Ang, from whom they allegedly received grease or protection money. Moreover, complainant alleged that considering the gravity and seriousness of the offense committed by the quote-unquote rogue cops, and to avoid possible miscarriage of justice, a preventive suspension order against all police officers involved in the missing Sabongero case is warranted. The Commission finds the motion meritorious. Section 1, Rule 16 of the NAPOLCO Memorandum Circular Number 2016-002 provides thus: preventive suspension of the respondent by the disciplinary authority or IAS. The concerned disciplinary authority or IAS, upon motion of the complainant, may, at any time after a case is formally filed but before the submission of the complainant's position paper or conduct of clarificatory hearing, place the respondents on preventive suspension for a period not exceeding 90 days under the following circumstances. A, that the charge is serious or grave and the evidence of guilt is strong. Or B, there is evidence to show that the respondent is exerting efforts to harass, intimidate, coerce, or unduly influence the complainant or his/her witnesses into withdrawing the complaint or retracting the sworn statement against the respondent or to tamper with the evidence. The allegations against respondents concern 6 grounds of grave misconduct and conduct unbecoming of a police officer, including alleged participation in killings and collusion with criminal elements. The gravity of these accusations, if substantiated, would constitute severe violations of the norms expected of members of the Philippine National Police. Additionally, the preliminary evidence and factual allegations supporting the motion point to a level of involvement that satisfies the threshold of serious or grave charges and strong evidence of guilt as contemplated in the above rule. However, the Commission emphasizes that the grant of preventive suspension is not tantamount to a finding of culpability on the part of the respondents. The imposition of preventive suspension is not a penalty, but a protective and procedural measure intended to preserve the integrity of the investigation, prevent any undue influence or interference in the proceedings, and assure the availability of evidence and witnesses. It serves to protect both public interest and the administrative process, while allowing the case to be resolved on its merits in a fair, impartial, and expeditious manner. Accordingly, the Commission, after a careful and judicious evaluation of the records and the motion, finds that there exists substantial legal and factual basis to warrant the grant of the motion for preventive suspension. The gravity of the charges, the preliminary showing of strong evidence of guilt, and the necessity to safeguard the integrity and impartiality of the proceedings collectively justify the imposition of preventive suspension against the respondents. Wherefore, premises considered, the motion for preventive suspension filed by complainant Julie A. Patidongan is hereby granted, and thus, Police Lieutenant Colonel Ryan J. Eliab Orapa, Police Major Mark Philip Simborio Almedilla, PEMS Aaron Ezra Lagahit Cabillan, Police Chief Master Sergeant Arturo de la Cruz, Police Senior Master Sergeant Joey Natanawan Encarnacion, Police Senior Master Sergeant Mark Anthony Aguilo Manrique, Police Senior Master Sergeant Anderson Ozorco Abari, Police Staff Sergeant Alfredo Uy Andes, Police Staff Sergeant Edmond Hernandez Munoz, Police Corporal Angel Joseph Ferro Martin, and Police Staff Sergeant Renan Lagrosa Fulgencio are hereby placed under preventive suspension for a period not exceeding 90 days, effective immediately upon receipt of this resolution. The Chief PNP or his duly authorized representative is hereby directed to implement this order immediately and to submit proof of compliance to the Commission within 5 days upon receipt hereof. So ordered. Quezon City, Philippines. Signed, the National Police Commission. Bonito Victor C. Remulla, Secretary DILG, ex officio, Chairperson, NAPOLCOM. Attorney Rafael Vicente R. Calinisan, Commissioner, Vice Chairperson and Executive Officer. Attorney Ricardo P. Bernabe III, Commissioner. Attorney Beatriz Aurora A. Vega Cancio, Commissioner. Police Brigadier General Josefus G. Angan, retired, Commissioner. Police General Nicolas D. Torre III, ex officio, Commissioner. Attested by Director Maylene M. Egilos Caluya, Acting Staff Service Director, Legal Affairs Service. This is also the same for Police Colonel Jacinto Rodriguez Malinaw Jr. Dispositive portion. Wherefore, premises considered, the motion for preventive suspension filed by complainant Julie A. Patidongan is hereby granted, and thus Police Colonel Jacinto Rodriguez Malinaw Jr. is hereby placed under preventive suspension for a period not exceeding 90 days, effective immediately upon receipt of this resolution. Signed, the National Police Commission. Yun po. Nung pong Friday, na-receive din po ng mga respondents ang order po ng summary hearing officer commanding them, ordering them to answer within 7 working days yung pong formal charge po na final ng Inspection, Monitoring and Investigation Service or ating IMIS. And we are expecting their reply after 7 days. Very limited po ang pwede ko sagutin na tanong. So if there are questions, I'll try to answer them. But please take note, I don't want to go beyond what is presented here. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, thank you very much, Vice Chair Calinisan. So we would now to formally open the floor for the question and answer session. I think we can start off with Mr. Joash Malimban from BNC.
Sir, good afternoon po. Joash po from BNC. Sir, just to clarify, this is immediately executory na po, no?
Yes.
Okay. Sir, meron po bang effect yung paglabas ng dalawang kapatid po ni Dondon Patidongan dun sa investigations po right now?
We are waiting for their affidavits.
Sir, follow-up lang yung sa tawag dito, yung isa pong supposedly lutang din na witness, si Arvin Manguiat, nagpasa rin po ba siya ng affidavit regarding po dito sa Missing sa Bongeros?
Hindi pa po. We are hoping that he will also pass his affidavit. So kasabay po ng preventive suspension ay hindi po rin sila tumatanggap ng kanilang sweldo.
Bisayo, sir. Alan Gatos from GMA DCWP. Na-receive na po ba yan ni GPNP yung kopya ng unbank resolution ng NAPOLCOM regarding sa preventive suspension sa 12 opisyal?
I was informed that this was served this morning.
So, na-serve na?
Yes.
Are there any more questions from our friends from the media? You can raise them now. Just please raise your hand for you to be acknowledged.
As regards dun sa order from the summary hearing officers for them to answer, so they received the service of summons with notice of pre-hearing conference noong August 1. So yung mga respondent na police nakatanggap ng order for them to answer. And they're supposed to have a pre-hearing conference on August 14. At merong 7 days sila from August 1 to submit their respective answers. Pre-hearing conference. Yes.
Commissioner,
can you just elaborate yung sinabi niyo po na hindi siya penalty? Pero this is just part of the investigation for the influencer. Can you elaborate?
Yes. So, ulitin po natin, hindi po penalty ang preventive suspension. Ito po ay isang tool ng National Police Commission to ensure the safety of witnesses, the integrity of the investigation. So we are placing respondents on preventive suspension upon motion of the complainant. Sabi nga po sa rules, if I may, ang basihan po ng preventive suspension, maaari pong magbataw ng preventive suspension ng NAPOLCOM sa dalawang pagkakataon. Ang unang pagkakataon ay that the charge is serious or grave and the evidence of guilt is strong. O di kaya, sa pangalawang pagkakataon ay there is evidence to show that the respondent is exerting efforts to harass, intimidate, coerce, or unduly influence the complainant or his or her witnesses into withdrawing the complaint or extracting the sworn statement against the respondent or to tamper with the evidence. Yun po ang kadahilanan. Kaya po, ito po ay remedy under the rules para magkaroon po ng integridad ang investigasyon ng disciplinary authority, in this case, the National Police Commission. So yung pong desisyon, kung sila man ay aabsueltuhin, kung sila man ay isususpend, i-demote o i-dismiss, that will follow. After po nating makita po at i-deliberate dito sa kwartong ito, kung ano po maging hatol laban po doon sa ating mga respondent na police.
Yes, any more questions? Mr. Malimban again from BNC.
Sir, when it comes to pag sinabi natin strong level of guilt, pwede bang pa-expound, sir? Ano yung merits natin para masabing may strong level of guilt itong mga policemen po na ito?
Doon na humingi ako ng tawad ninyo because I will not expound on that.
Sir Mike from DZXL. Sir, ano po yung mismong mga dahilan ni Patidongan to really request for dito sa preventive suspension?
Siguro siya po ang dapat niyong tanungin dyan. Kung ano po naranasan po niya sa kanyang sariling pagkatao, kaya po siya nag-request ng preventive suspension po ng mga police na involved. Tayo po, tinimbang lang po natin ang ebidensya, batay din po sa kanyang request. At yun po, ang National Police Commission and NBAC unanimously approved and ordered for the preventive suspension of the respondent policemen. Unanimous po ang boto ng NAPOLCOM and NBAC.
Are there any more questions? Anybody from our friends from the media? So if there are none, Vice Chair, would you have any more closing remarks?
Wala na po. Sinusiguro natin dito na patas po ang ating investigasyon, patas po ang pagtingin natin sa kasong ito. We will accord and provide due process to all respondents. We will provide due process to the complainant, and we will provide answers to the Filipino people very, very soon.